Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sue Ann Brick. It is my absolute pleasure to be the Community Arts Center's new exhibition and community engagement developer. And it is my pleasure to welcome you on this blustery day to this amazing exhibit brought to us by a young artist who is well on his way to achieving great success. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Abraham Onkst as he tells us a bit about himself, and please feel free to ask questions along the way.
All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Abraham Onkst. I'm a 23-year-old visual artist from Hollidaysburg, Pennsylvania. I specialize mostly in acrylic on canvas paintings, which you can see in the gallery here. I went to college at Penn State Altoona for visual art studies, so I did a lot of other types of medias there, like sculptures and just all different types of media. But my favorite and my specialty is acrylic on canvas paintings. I take a lot of inspiration from my everyday life and the things that I encounter, and I, kind of turn them into different types of paintings. So for this show, I really wanted to focus in on the human aspect of the work and the mark making and the different emotions that come up with, the human in the artwork. So yeah, I would like to take a couple questions if there are any, and thanks everyone for coming.
Sir, I have a question. What inspired you to be an artist?
What inspired me to be an artist? Well, I grew up around a lot of artwork. My dad's an artist, as well as I come from an artistic family, so that was always around growing up. So I think subconsciously I always had a natural inkling for art. And then just going through life, I always wanted like an outlet, something that would set me aside. Like going through school, I always felt the need to like express something different rather than, just the normal type of day-to-day stuff. So I kind of turned to art as a way of like, a creative outlet and expression. So that's kind of how I got my initial start. Yes?
Can you say something about who your influences are, artists that you think inspire you?
Yeah, whenever I was really young, like my first initial like inspiration as far as like famous or outside artists would be like Dali, Van Gogh, obviously all your classic painters. But as I, learn more about artwork and just like different types of artwork, I really enjoy a more modern painter. His name's Cy Twombly. I like ancient Egyptian artwork a lot. It's kind of like a totally different style, but whenever I was 13, I saw Jackson Pollock for the first time at the Met, and that kind of like, his paintings are huge, and it kind of blew my mind.
Aren't they amazing in person?
Yeah, it was incredible.
It's totally different to see them for real.
Yeah, no, so that had a huge impact whenever I was 13 and saw that at the Met. It kind of just blew my mind. And I also like classical painters and like Rococo and different stuff like that. And I feel like everything has a little bit of inspiration, whether it's just like a color or a style. It kind of all can come together and have some inspiration.
I thought I see a little Keith Haring in your mark making.
Yeah, absolutely, Keith Haring. I love that whole movement with Basquiat, Keith Haring, Andy Warhol. All of those artists are fantastic. Oh, and also Kenny Sharp. I love Kenny Sharp.
I don't know who that is.
He's fantastic.
What is your goal that you want to achieve as an artist?
I think my goal would be just to share my art with as many people as I can, and kind of, I hope it offers them something outside of their normal day-to-day, kind of something that's different from the mundane, and just like inspires them and excites them to maybe consider something a little bit different than maybe they didn't think of before. But other goals, I would love to just continue to grow as an artist and continue to pursue my art in different avenues and have many more showings and exhibitions.
There's a lot of, in this particular show, there's a lot of consistency with the style and how you use color and shapes and things like that. How long have you been working with these particular elements?
That's a good question. So I kind of started out painting a lot differently. I would do like flower paintings or like a landscape and things like that. But then I wanted to kind of be a little more expressive. So I would say I started initially doing a similar style whenever I was maybe, I don't know, 15. And so it's been a good few years. And then it was kind of just a natural progression of starting out with these lines and different shapes and then growing it and practicing it and kind of transforming it into like what it is now. So I'd say probably 7 years it's been in the making. Yeah.
That's really cool.
Thanks.
I really dig it.
Thank you.
What are your favorite colors to paint with?
Probably blue. I like blue a lot. Green. I like to use a lot of the colors, almost all the colors. But I really like blue. Blue and green.
Do you have a favorite painting?
Of mine or of somebody?
Anybody,
Oh, wow.
not yourself.
There's this painting, Henry Russo. He paints these like amazing jungle landscapes, and they're just incredible. And he has a painting at the Met. I think it's at the Met, and it's just like a big jungle landscape with I think it's like a lion and like the moon. I think you know what I'm talking about, maybe. And that's just a fantastic painting. That's probably one of my favorites. Just look up Henry Russo, lion and moon painting.
Can you tell us why you chose to name your exhibition Synthetic World?
Yeah, absolutely. So I kind of have been experiencing in life a lot of this like push for artificial intelligence and just all the different electronics and things that are growing around us. And while all that is great, I kind of want to take like a counter position to that and like express things like with the human emotion and human connection rather than going through like computer and artificial intelligence, where I think it's a tool that can be used, but I think this is more of a counterpoint to bring it back to like human connection and through the work. So that's kind of my idea behind it.
Which one of these is your favorite painting in the room that you like the most? I know as an artist, it's hard to actually, like,
Yeah.
oh my goodness, I made this, this is what it's going to be, what it's going to look like. But like, do you have one that you can?
If I had to only pick one,
you love?
I really like Speak What You Seek a lot, as well as Untitled 22, Sands of Time, and then probably this one. I like all those are probably my favorite. But if I had to only pick one, it'd probably be that one. Yeah.
They're all great. I just want to know what you got
Thank you.
as the artist, as the creator.
Thank you. Yeah.
Do you see yourself doing other besides abstract, other types?
Yeah, I do think kind of another evolution in my art would be, I think I'm going to lean towards something new soon, potentially. So yeah, I did a lot of other styles at Penn State Altoona, like with my degree, but this is kind of what I leaned on. But I could see myself doing something totally different, like soon. I think so.
You said you were inspired by Egyptian art. Did you ever think of doing your interpretation of an Egyptian style art?
In some ways, I really like the hieroglyphics. So that's kind of an inspiration for these. It's very loosely what I think of, like if I had to make my own hieroglyphics, like what would it kind of look like? And I kind of feel like this is that in a way. It's like my own language of different symbols and things like that. I think it would be cool to do more directly inspired pieces as well. Even like a sculpture would be cool. So yeah.
I see some text in that painting, some recognizable letter forms. But there's definitely a sense of an almost language.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of how I perceive it sometimes, is like its own sort of language.
You were talking about artificial intelligence and how you don't feel that it's I don't want to say relative, but you don't feel a connection with it so much. Is art important to society, especially in this day and age?
I think yes. I think that without art, especially the human interaction with art, I mean, you think if you eliminated art from life, it would be like a pretty abysmal existence. So I think it's very important. Even you think about music and writing, theater, all forms of art, it's almost kind of what keeps like society going in a way. I mean, without it, I don't really know what we'd be. We might just be nothing.
Do you consider AI generated art to be art?
In some ways, yes. I do kind of consider it to be its own form of art.
Is that argument some people would say, oh no, that's not art at all, because it doesn't have the human factor to it?
I think it is art, but in a different sort of way. I think it has its place, but I would not like to see it fully replace. I wouldn't want to go and just everybody's show be AI created, you know? I like the in-person connection with the art and the people and everything like that. I think that makes it special.
Do you think it would be too much of the same thing over and over again?
It could be. I think that it's also nice, like AI, I wouldn't want to see, we experienced a lot, whenever we had to do everything on Zoom. I just think in person's more fun and more impactful than doing things over videos as well. But it has its benefits, and that's why it's like pros and cons. But I think it's good. I prefer obviously the tangible aspects of art.
Do you have a certain thing that you would consider to be your signature that you would incorporate, and if not all of your artwork, but most of your artwork? I'm not saying your actual name. I'm saying is there something that you do that maybe others know about, or you only know about? Is there certain things that you do on most of your paintings that you consider hey, this is my signature? If I didn't have a name, this is how I would know that this is my painting.
Yeah, that's good. I almost take a lot of these as a whole, as kind of like that thing. I kind of treat it as one pattern almost. So if I didn't have to sign my name, I think this style could almost be the signature. And I do have little symbols that I keep in my mind that come come back. But I think kind of the style overall is the signature that I would think of. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I have not seen this style before, so I know even if I had dementia, if I've ever seen anything like this again, I would know that it came from you and you only. And I just want to applaud you for that.
It's original.
Yeah,
Well, thank you.
It's definitely original, because most of me as an artist, I'm still trying to brand my name. And with me doing that, it's okay, you have to prove that you can draw a SpongeBob. You have to prove that you can, do what everybody else has already done, already created. You know what I mean? That's why people remix songs and things like that. You have to kind of go off of somebody else's art just to prove that you can do it too. What made you want to say, no, I want to go out on a limb, and when I say original, it's actual original. You know what I mean?
I think that's always been kind of ingrained in my personality. I always kind of wanted to do something that was just my own, So that's kind of, I think it was just in my personality to want to do something a little bit different.
Keep that.
Thank you.
Keep that.
Good?
Does anybody else have any questions? Well, I personally want to thank you and Miss Ashley here, Miss Ashley Bennett, for signing for us today. And that about wraps it up. Thank you all for joining us on Facebook Live. And everyone have a wonderful day and stay warm.
Thank you.